Hi guys, uh, hope that you are okay. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna look at how you should prep your papers before you start using them. So let's say that we're gonna do a drawing, we need a paper, and we're gonna need to tear away some drawing paper. So I have my pad. I would open it, and before I even touch the paper or anything, make sure that your hands are clean. No charcoal, no pencil, no leftovers from your sandwich, nothing. One main rule about the paper: do not touch it with your bare hands, or try to touch it as little as possible. Remember, we have grease on our fingers. This grease is going to be transferred onto the paper and absorbed into the paper. Later on, you'd have problems, smudging and everything else. So another rule of thumb, if you were to use really expensive paper, what you might need either some cotton gloves, which look like gloves, but they are made of cottons, or even those silly plastic rubber gloves might do the trick. Or if you don't have them, you will need a piece of paper and touch just these edges, and you create a sort of window basically. So you would avoid touching. I'll take this small piece of paper, I would fold it inwards because I didn't touch the paper, and I will use it to pick up the corners of the paper. Usually the expensive papers come on sheets of papers, so it's a little bit easier, so never touch the paper itself. However, for this exercise, if you guys would be so kind, so if you look, you have the paper itself, it's held, the pages are held through this ring, and also it's a gentle perforation on the edge. So what you're gonna do, guys, take from the middle of your page, a little bit higher than the middle actually, hold with your left hand the paper and just pull it out very gently. Once you got through about the middle, shift your hand. So don't rush it, don't do it. Once you have it out, very gently, take the paper, and if you guys look here, you have those perforations. Try to fold your paper so I have it folded, and I could go with my index and my thumb in between, or even best, I could use a ruler. My advice is to use a ruler. So if you guys look, I have this metallic ruler, but I know that the edge is a little bit sharper, so I put some tape. So I'll just go very gently, get used with this spot, try not to touch the paper with the edge of the ruler, and then you can very lightly, if you don't have a piece of paper to put it on your drawing and to pull, just use the forearm and just pull this one. So once again, don't put your hand on the paper. You are trying to avoid the transfer of grease. I'll move my hand, be patient. Oh, I wish that we'll do this in the classroom, man. Discard this in a trash can. I like to keep next to my table, you know, a small container, so I can discard either shaving from the pencils or papers or anything. Then I have this thing, so rather than to touch my paper, I use this brush. If you guys have any kind of dry, clean brush, you can use it. If you don't have, use a paper towel just to diminish. So at this point, my paper is nice and ready to draw on.